Hello and welcome, and here we are back again. I thought I might come back to the Acme site that I've been working on. Remember, we built a version of it in Winter CMS, and now we're trying to do the same thing, replicate it in WordPress. And this is the design that we're sort of working with, and what we've got at the moment looks a bit like this, so there's still a little bit of work to do, so why don't we just get started. So the first thing I'll look at are the fonts, so that's probably the easiest thing to start with, so let's do that. Here we are in code, and let's go to WP content, down to themes. And the theme that we created in the last video in the series was called Acme Timber. Head into that, and we are heading into templates. Move down into base. This is our base thing here, and we have HTML header container block, and we've got HTML header dot twig. So let's have a look in there. There's our meta stuff. That's exactly what we're looking for. Our style sheets are up here. The first thing to do will be I'll just use Google Fonts and paste in one I prepared earlier. So this is the Montserrat font, taken from the Google Fonts. I'll just copy that name, and the next thing we need to go into is our CSS. Now I've gone to our gulp file, or our gulp watch. Nothing's changed, so probably need to have a look at the gulp file and see if we can sort that little issue out. And a little bit of troubleshooting later. Turns out it's usually the obvious things, and what it was this source variable here, this array with source for the styles. We've got, if we look at our file structure up here, we have Sass, abstracts, and variables. So that's going a couple of levels deep. All I had was this one here, which would capture anything inside here, but not the subfolders. So all I need to do is add this line here, and now we're back in the room. Now that we've done that, it picks up the changes down, and you can see here we've got our Montserrat working. Okay, so we'll look at our headings. Don't really think there's anything major needs changing there at the moment. Let's have a look at our copy. Nothing here that needs major change. Let's have a look at our base, all that stuff. Let's go and have a look at our elements. Body, background color is background body. Buttons, fields, links. Now we've got the purple links here. Let's pull in the colors that we've got for this project. We'll start messing around with the colouring. Okay, so what I'll do, I'll just pull in the colours that I've got from the previous project. And now we can start replacing some of these. So I've just gone through and replaced some of the variables here with these ones from up here. There's still a few I haven't replaced yet, you know, borders and buttons and whatnot, but we'll come back to them. And you press save and back to here, and yes, we now have our changes here. Okay, next thing to do, probably let's start to make it look a bit more like our website that we're trying to build. What do we need up here? So we'll grab our logo, and we've got our navigation here. So that's in our header part. Okay, let's have a look and see what we've got here. I'm in the base layout file here, and the body class. I need to start sort of looking at what we're going to do in here. Okay, so we've got a class header, and everything's wrapped around a wrapper. I'm just going to change that to container, because that's usually what I use. You can use whatever you like. So that'll confine it within a certain width. And we've got our logo in here. So we've just got it as an H1 at the moment. And we've got our navigation goes up here as well, all within our container. Content, much the same kind of thing there. Okay, let's have a look and see what we've got here. I'm in the base layout file here, and the body class. I need to start sort of looking at what we're going to do in here. Okay, so we've got a class header, and everything's wrapped around a wrapper. I'm just going to change that to container, because that's usually what I use. You can use whatever you like. So that'll confine it within a certain width. And we've got our logo in here. So we've just got it as an H1 at the moment. And we've got our navigation goes up here as well, all within our container. Content, much the same kind of thing there. Next thing I've done is I've grabbed the logo and dropped it in the resources image thing, and of course Gulp's picked up on that and copied that across into our assets folder and put that into images, and has also very kindly minified it for us as well, so that's kind of handy. We now have a logo. Okay, back into our base twig, and conduct a bit of surgery on this. I'm not going to use this H1 because there's already an H1 down here. This is just going to be the logo. So that takes us back to home. I'm just going to call that class logo. Refers back to the site URL, which is what we want. Rel home and site name. This is where we are there. add our SVG. So changing that should have changed up here. Yes, SVG logo, excellent. Now time to drop the real logo in. So go back to code, and in here I'm just going to replace it with some stuff. Now I'll just explain what I've got here. Now the image source is the theme link, images logo.svg, so that's going to take us to bring us this one, and give it the alt text of logo, the site name and the site description, and just give it a class of logo SVG. Back to here, and doesn't work. Might have to put assets into the directory. So correct path usually helps. Let's have a look and see. There we go. Correct path is always a useful thing to have. Okay, let's sort of tidy this up a bit. Now we've got header. Okay. Right, so we need to add some components in here. So let's create a new component, and we'll make that header. It's going to need a background colour with a var of Glaucus, isn't it? So where is it? In colours. Yeah, this one here. Right, so we've got that header there. We need to import that into our generalized components thing here. We'll just create should come before navigation. Okay, and at import. Put the semicolon on the right side. Let's go over here into our header and into our, got the container inside the header. We need to target that. And display flex. Justify our content, and we'll make that space between. That should make everything go all out. Yep, that sort of moves everything across the way it's supposed to. Okay, we need to sort this menu out, but we'll get to that. Let's do the layout for the for the main page at the moment too. So all we need there is to put a container into there. Let's have a look back at our base twig. We've got container there and class content wrapper. Container probably should go up here. And get rid of the closing tag, put that down there. While we're at it, let's do the same thing for footer. And format that up. Okay, what have we got here? Container matches container. Container matches container. Okay, let's have a look and see what we've got here. All the stuff's now lined up inside here. Excellent. And we've done the same thing with our footer. Beautiful. Okay, while we're at it, let's just have a look at our design here. Probably a good idea to well, let's colour our footer. So we've got a dot or an ID footer here. So I'll just change that to class. Okay, and we need to find the appropriate part in the SAS. Don't have it, so let's create it. So we'll create a new file, put that in a footer directory, and the file will be underscore footer. Footer, and color's going to be white. Background color will be, if we have a look at our colors and our variables, mixtures, colors is going to be, let's move our background. I think it's the airy black one. So we'll change that to okay, we'll do the same thing with our links. Links will be right. Okay, and did I import that into the components part? So let's have a look. Oh, I did. How about that? Okay, so what we've got here, we've got our bluey colour for our header, the background is right, we've got our margins and things set up. Let's just start having a look at some of our other base things. and see if we can get them sort of sorted. Have a look at this template sticky page and see. Don't see anything in here we necessarily need to change. That's good. Let's look at a blog page. Yep, I think that might work. Front page, gonna have to do some more work on that. About the tests. Yep, I think that's all looking alright so far. Get the fundamentals right. Image alignment. Okay, yes. Yes. Yep, that's well, looks like it's behaving itself. This one's interesting. We'll have to see if we can fix that. Okay, so let's have a look at our inspector. See what's going on here. Okay, there's an overflow there. So yeah, this element is causing an overflow. Yep. Okay. What's this? What are these images doing? So we've got this one. And is there any kind of... just says it's a lazy loaded image, blah blah blah. For caption. So that's doing what it's supposed to do, I think. And what's this one here? 50 by 50 is sitting inside this paragraph. That's what's going on here. We've got article body, and it looks like this image is falling outside of the article body. Okay, let's have a look in our style. Not the SCS, the actual generated style would be useful to look at here. Is there there's no article here. There's no article body. Alright. So that means we should add one. Let's go back to our components and I'm just going to create a component called article. Might help if I spell that properly. Article body. Now I'll give that to our favourite pixel solid red border. I'll save that, and that needs to come into our components, comments, Content, posts and pages. Yeah, we'll just import it in this section here. Yeah. Right. That should give us a red border around everything. Let's just have a look and see. Yes. Excellent. Now it's probably wise to look at a few other pages and see if this article thing arrives. So markup and formatting. Yep, it's there. Looking alright so far. Clearing floats. Yep. We've definitely got an issue with floats we need to sort of sort out. Pages with comments. Yep. Pages with comments disabled. One thing that will be useful is to stick a gap below that. So I've got a page B, page A, some lorem ipsum. Yeah. All right. Okay. Can I use and so flow route. That's what I'm after. Yeah, so this display flow route thing here. If we look here, the Internet Explorer, of course, well, works on Edge. Opera Mini is not supported. The UC browser for Android, but generally has pretty good. Because usually the way you deal with this kind of thing is a clear fix hack, which is what I've done in the past. But flow route has a much more modern approach to that. So that being said, flow route, and save that, and there we go. Flow route, fantastic. That's fixed that one. Yeah, the other one that had some problems is clearing floats, wasn't it? There we go. Fixed it. And something's probably quite nice to sort of do with our article. We'll just go back to here again, and we'll just give it padding bottom, maybe 2M, and we don't need that anymore. See what we've got now. Yep, that's given a little bit of a gap down there. And let's go back to our page with the image alignments, which is causing our issues. Yeah, I think we've actually done okay here. That's given us a foundation for the rest of the site, but of course the obvious eyesore is this menu here. Need to sort that out, but I'll leave that for another video. So thank you for watching. Hope you've got something out of it, and if you find it useful, please like, subscribe, leave a comment if you so desire, and I'll see you in the next one.